Hey, this is Arthur Carmazzi, best-selling author and currently ranked as the world's #1 thinker in organizational culture. Now, there's a lot of talk about AI and everything these days, but ultimately, AI is awesome. The thing is, though, how is it going to make you a better person? And if you're going to be a better person, how can you apply that to creating a better organizational culture? So, let's look at the idea of AI, human psychology, and, well, basically business success. So today we're just going to go through a few points and look at what are the possibilities of how we can be better humans through technology and, well, basically even just generally do more stuff and kind of achieve more things at the same time for ourselves and our organization. First of all, let's look at the idea that AI uses data. Now, data is, well, boring, right? I mean, come on, right? Who wants to look at numbers? Okay, well, there's some of you, but let's just look for the rest. Okay, so first of all, data is essential for AI to be able to do anything. Now, you can give it generic data, which isn't really going to be very helpful, but if you have real human data, then that's going to really be very helpful. So let's look at the idea that if you can get human data, and if you can get it on a real-time basis, that means data about your personality, data about your behavior, data about how you think, how you communicate, data about how you are motivated. All this kind of data is going to help AI to look at you as an individual, but more importantly, it's going to help to look at you as an individual and compare you to everybody else to see different synergies, different possibilities, different potential conflicts, all kinds of things. See, AI can see things that, well, human beings would take a much longer time to figure out. So, how do we get this human data? Well, let's look at the idea, first of all, that our communication processes are limited. Okay, that means that we are communicating based on our view of the world. Now, that's not bad because, well, that's what gives us our unique way of looking at things and our own style of innovation and everything else. But it's not everybody. So therefore, sometimes because we know that we are so right in the way that we see things because it's common sense and it's obvious, sometimes we judge people. And that can have an effect on communication, it can have an effect on trust, it can have an effect on all kinds of stuff, which, well, creates bad juju in an organization. So, one of the data points that we might need to have is our brain's genetic ambiguity relief process. So as a human being, if AI is aware of our process of how we get clarity, our genetic process of how we get clarity, then it's going to be able to use that foundation in comparison and checking with other people and other situations to see how we're going to best fit or deal with situations. Now, remember, AI is doing this for not just one person, but multiple people at the same time. So it can measure and mix and match and create ideal situations for people to, well, basically succeed and, more importantly, understand each other, because you've been there, right? I mean, you're working together with somebody and, you're trying to explain things to them and they go, yeah, I get it. And then they do something completely different. And then you're thinking, oh my gosh, I'm surrounded by idiots. Okay, which, well, would basically kind of create potential bad juju, which is bad. Okay, so let's look at the concept of motivation. Why are we motivated? Well, ultimately, it is the anticipation of something important. I mean, that's it, right? Okay, whatever you feel or think or vision in the future that you will get if you do something, well, that you want anyway, okay, will motivate you, okay? So this is a fundamental human thing, okay? If we feel that what we do is not going to give us any real benefit or purpose or something connected to, our well-being, we are not motivated by it. But when we see something that outweighs the effort, we are motivated to work very hard. So, then let's take that concept and move it into performance measurement. Now, currently, performance measurement is, well, pretty boring and it takes a really long time, right? So first of all, we're not motivated if it's like actually I take that back. We are motivated like right 1 month before our performance review. All right, but what about the other 11 months or 5 months or whatever? So see, the thing is right now, because we are less patient than we used to be 10 years ago because of social media, etc., we need instant gratification, instant feedback, which means that if we get instant feedback on our potential behaviors related to the achievement of those goals, that's going to help us to connect back to something that we can tangibly see on a regular basis. So reverse engineer your objectives and your KPIs into behaviors, and you got something that you can literally measure every day. And that measurement can be gamified. So that means we can create these little motivation pockets on a weekly basis, because you have to kind of stop every week and start over. Otherwise, if you don't have a resurrection period, then some people are going to always get ahead and you'll never catch up and you get demotivated. So it's very important in any kind of gamification, first of all, to make sure that you have a resurrection period, okay? So if you kind of need a little more explanation, let's look at what happens when you play a game, right? You're shooting robots. You turn right, the robot kills you, bam, you die, okay? But what if now you are resurrected? Now you have new ideas, new wisdom. So now you turn left, you shoot the robot, you go to the next level. So that's what we do, see? We learn from our mistakes and we have an opportunity to learn and excel, okay? That means now we can consistently motivate. Why? Well, because we want to be good at our jobs, okay? And if we have an opportunity to see the progress of what it takes to be good at our jobs, then we are going to consistently have that level of motivation. Now, remember that not everybody is going to be always good, so you have to have some strategies to help people to win honestly in order to help them essentially get on the list. So they go, whoa, I got on the list. And so now that means that they feel I can be the top, or at least in the top 10 or something like that. And if the top people kind of go a little bit lower, it's like, oh my gosh, why am I low? So they're going to try a little bit harder. So using some gamification strategies, you are not only going to motivate your people to consistently perform through better behaviors that will achieve those objectives, but you're going to get data that can be used by AI to determine what's going on in you and what is going on in your head and what is going on with the people around you on a regular basis, and connect it to team dynamics and all kinds of stuff. So now you've got two types of data. You've got gamification behavior data, or gamified behavior data, and you've got emotion, or the foundation of your colored brain, or what we call the brain's ambiguity relief process, how you get clarity. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to basically take this and look at other things that we can do. For example, do you know that AI can read your emails? Well, you probably do, but if you didn't, don't be scared, because you still have to give it permission. All right, so AI can read your emails, it can read all of your communication, it can read all this stuff, and you know what? Data that can instantly, well, almost instantly, kind of compare to everything else that's going on to identify things that you're doing, things that you're not doing, things that could be dangerous, and things that could help you to basically be the boss. So all of this stuff is connected back to the idea that you want to be a better human. And as long as you also connect the idea of what kind of human you want to be, what do you want to be? What are your personal goals? And if you feed the information of who you want to be as a person into AI, combine it with this other data, well, guess what? AI is going to help you to achieve the kind of person that you want to become in the process of connecting it to better results for the organization, and more importantly, is going to be creating environments within an organization to support better organizational cultures. Now, We know that you know who you want to be, but what about the organization? What does the organization want to be? So if you connect back the values of the organization, the objectives of the organization, where the organization is on the organizational evolution level. So for example, the OCEAN tool is the organizational culture assessment tool that will measure your level of culture evolution. So if you know you're here and you want to be over here, well, if you put that into the data, then AI is going to try to achieve that goal as well, together with all of the people that are within the organization. Now, it's very important to understand that if you are a better version of yourself, you are going to automatically fit into the idea of a better organizational culture. There are 5 different facets of the ideal working environment that, well, basically we all want. And we know this because we've tested this in 58 different countries, everybody from CEOs down to janitors, and more or less it's the same stuff. Okay, so ideal working environment. Number 1, teamwork. People want to have teamwork. They want to be able to connect with each other, communicate with each other, not be stressed out by each other, and, well, basically help each other. Number 2, trust. Trust means also being, able to be trusted to do your stuff. And, of course, being able to trust other people to be accountable for what they're supposed to do. Then, of course, there is clarity. The ability to see what you need to see, know what you need to know in order to, well, basically achieve your goals, be successful, do what you need to do, okay? Sometimes you don't have that vision, isn't clear, so therefore you're just kind of trying to do things and you're frustrated because you're not sure if you're doing it right. Okay, then of course we have the supportive environment. This doesn't mean just teamwork. This means that if I need something from the finance department, I'm not gonna have to fill out 17 forms and wait in a line and do all these different things and wait 6 months just to get, a new pencil, right? So it means that people across the organization, across the different divisions and departments are supporting each other. And of course, fun. People want to have fun, okay? They want to, go to work and actually enjoy what they're doing and, and have a good time and be human, right? So by having these 5 things within the organizational culture, okay, now we're able to connect that back to the objectives of the organization itself, okay? So human beings will want to have these ultimate ideal working environment. We know this, okay? So it's not going to be different because if you have those, then you add on, well, we want to be innovative, you want to be this, you want to be that. All of that is kind of like the plus things that the organizational culture adds on. So having the data of the organizational culture, of what you want it to be, where you want it to be, how you're going to put it together. Then, of course, the better you that can ultimately achieve these 5 things, have fun, be respectful, all these different things, have trust, clarity, etc. Being able to achieve this and give this to other people and connect on a level of where you're all working together to make bigger things happen and be personally successful in the process of achieving company objectives. All of that is going to be supported by all of this data, the behavior data, the data that comes from all of your communications, okay, the data of how you process information. There's some motivation data that, we also have some models with our emotional drive model. There's all kinds of things. But once you have this, okay, put in place, AI is not telling you what to do, but it is literally helping you to become the person you want in the process of helping the organization to achieve its goals and making an organizational culture that people want to be in, that people are excited when Monday comes along and they're going, oh wow, I get to go to work today. So next time, when you're thinking about AI and how it might take your job, think of how it might actually help you to be the person that you want to be and support the organization to help you succeed in it. This is Arthur Carmazzi, wishing you great success.